My name is Jim Schaap, and I would like to tell you about a new book of mine called Honest to God. Basically, what it is a book of meditations on the Psalms. And these meditations are taken from hither and yon throughout that wonderful book, you know, the world's most famous and most classic poetry of all time. And what I've done is actually just read a psalm and read some of the passages within it, and let that psalm work on me. Not so much in terms of what exactly did King David intend about that psalm, what is its truth, but in a larger sense, what is the truth of the experience that the writer, the psalmist, King David sometimes, Asaph, others, what is the nature of the truth that the poem itself, that the psalm itself sings so clearly to us and to our souls? So what I did is try to think about that almost as if it were a kind of riff, a kind of jazz medley that begins with a specific chord and then expresses itself in ways that it didn't even perhaps intend. Now, I learned that kind of methodology from Abraham Kuyper, of all people, 19th century Dutch statesman and theologian, who wrote a book called Near Unto God. And I pulled it out of my grandfather's library and read it at one time and realized that the truths of Abraham Kuyper's Near Unto God was so good that it shouldn't be in someone's grandparents' library, but it should be alive and fresh. And basically what Kuyper taught me was that kind of approach. You read a passage, and then you think about it and you meditate upon it in terms of your own life, not necessarily the revealed life of God's truth of David, King David, the shepherd boy, King David himself, the king, but much more broadly in terms of what does Psalm 13 mean to me? Where are you, God? Where are you, God? Psalm 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. What does it mean in terms of my experience? So what we're doing in Honest to God is giving you a real live look into, I suppose in some ways, my experience and my soul, but asking you to reflect on the Psalms in that very same way, opening yourself up to the truth of the human experience that the psalmists bring to the wonderful, wonderful music they create and the poetry they've written. We hope you'll like Honest to God.